Welcome back to another Secrets of the Pro on behalf of the Department of Youth Services. I am your host, Andrew Rayburn, and we're talking about mixing modern R&B, and I'm going to show you how to mix lead vocals with harmonies, right? So let's play a little track here. This is Turn On, and I'm going to name the artist. She was good enough to lend me her vocals. So we can get things popping. So here's a track here, right?
What if I was to take you home? What if I was to turn you on right now? Oh, say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
Say the word. Big fat bass, got the harmonies left and right wide in your ears.
What if I was to take you home?
Tune but tune. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of it, right? So mixing R&B, whenever you're artists or you're recording R&B, you want to make sure you get creative, right? For R&B, we know that sometimes the artists like to use telephone sound effects. Here I have one right here.
What if I was to turn you on?
I thought that sounded a little bit sexy. If I turn it off, here it goes.
If I was to turn you on right now. What if I was to turn you on?
It sounds like it's on a telephone when I run it through the GTR 6. We got this.
If I was to turn you on.
And when you hear it in the mix, you're going to hear it with the lead.
What if I was to turn you on right now?
And reverb, push it back in space. So let's go straight into the very simple instruments I have here. Here's the main instrument. Round Thing from X-Band. Typical kick drum. So what I did, I basically run a SSL channel. Here's a little secret. Take out the middle signal and leave the left and right if you want that big spatial sound. I am running a kick here from the Lex Luger pack. So I was listening to this thing, right? Nice and fat, you know, this some little parallel compression and everything. And when I got to the main part of it, when I listened to the whole track, it sounded like it needed something more, right? So why not add a sample? So let's bring it in. So what I did, I loaded up a sample from Kontakt. I'm using Kontakt 6. Here is a sample right here. Here's a sample right here. Now what I did is I EQ'd the sample, because originally it sounded like this. But to get it to sound that way, we need to EQ. We need to take off the lows here. I'm taking up to 422nd. 422 kilohertz. You might say, Ray, that's crazy, man. Why are you rolling off so much? I only want the snap from the kick. So if I combine two of them, this is without EQ. I'm not really hearing the snap. It's not sounding too bad. Let's see what it sounds without the EQ getting the snap, and we'll see what are our options here, right? So let's I'm going to mute the vocal, I'm going to mute the harmonies. Doesn't sound too bad, but check this out. When I roll off the low end from the kick, I don't need a low end because I already have the R&B low end here, so I just wanted to snap. Put in the EQ, check this out. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna de-ess some of this reverb because it's sounding a little bit washed out. So let me use the SPL, the Esser here. I'm gonna set the S reduction to about 80. So let's get to the vocals, right? We're talking about vocals today, harmonies. So here is our lead. If I can find that real quick. I believe it's over here. It's the ad-libs. Here's the lead. Let's play the lead.
Take you home, turn you on right now. Or say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
So I'm probably compressing her voice and running 1176. Let's play that back again, and I'm going to show you what's going on here.
If I was to take you home,
Pro EQ.
what if I was to turn you on right now? Boy, say the word, it's
Now I learned this technique from 50 Cent's producer, Lewis. Yes. And he's Ken Lewis. Yes, Ken Lewis. My apologies, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Ken Lewis put a max bass on the vocals to get a little bit more oomph, a little bit more thickness. You don't want the vocals to be too thin, although this is a little bit thin of a singer. If I turn off the max bass, check this out.
on, it's on, it's on you. On right now, boy, say the word,
On.
it's on, it's on, it's on you.
There's a subtle difference, but it adds a little bit more weight to the vocal. And I'm gonna jump into the EQs. Let's go into the harmonies here. What I'm doing, I'm panning the harmonies to the left and right. Hard left, hard right. Let's bring those in. Let's play that.
If I was to turn you on right now, boy, say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
So I'm going hard left, hard right, and I'm running it in a bus here. I'm giving a little bit of EQ, a little bit of 12K, about 2.4. I'm rolling off some low end here. Let's roll off a little bit more, yeah, about there. And the rest of the harmonies is not really hard to mix, you know, guys. If there's a lot of high parts, you just need to use your ears carefully. And I'll bring in the hook doubles as well.
Take you home. What if I was to turn you on right now, boy? Say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
Notice this part that says say the word. Let's see if we can bump up the volume a little bit for that part there.
Now, boy, say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
Let's play back.
Now, boy, say the word, it's on, it's
I have them in the middle. Let's pan it a little bit to about 53% and the other one 53. You want to separate them in the stereo spectrum. Because if everything goes hard left, hard right, hard left, hard right, you're going to get one big mono song, right?
What if I was to turn you on right now, boy? Say the word, it's on.
Notice say the word gets a little bit wider now. Maybe I can bring down the volume a little bit, about 3.5 there about for each one.
It's on it, boy. Say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
I'm trying to get a balance to the harmonies. Is sounding like one.
Now, boy, say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
That's
Now, boy, say the word, it's
okay. Sounds great at 0, and then I'm gonna bring in the oohs and the ahs. These are going hard left, hard right, but we can make some little adjustments. Maybe about 90, and so we get a different feel of it. Let's play it back.
say the word, it's boy. Say the word, it's it's on you.
And then I believe this is the bass harmony right here. Let's unsolo those.
Now, boy, say the word. It's on you.
Just messing around with the panning here. And here we have the light harmonies as well. It's pan left hard, right? I could try that as well. Don't let too much go hard left hard. You want to create depth. You know, pan some a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit further. You know how it goes.
Boy, say the word. It's on you.
And I'm routing most of them through one bus, which is going through the L2 to keep it at balance. And BX Digital Mix version 3 from a 2019, and a little bit of auto tune as well. I had some de-esser on it, but I turned it off. And if I could play that with the bass here, let's see what we got.
What if I was to turn you on right now? Boy, say the word. It's on you.
Normally for R&B, the singers like to hear the harmony a little bit high, about almost the same level as the lead. You just want to mix. Just got to mix it good so it blends good. And let's see what it sounds in the mix here.
Take you home. What if I was to turn you on right now? Boy, say the word. It's on you.
You might say, Ray, but you didn't EQ all of them. Well, all of them are pretty much sounded great, so I just did the overall EQ for the entire group. Boosting a little bit of 12. I showed that already. And here's another trick. This 808 bass, right? It sounds great. I did a parallel compression here, and I sent a copy of the bass, and I sent it through the distortion chain. I call it bass distortion. Let's look for that real quick. There it is. Giving it a little bit more oomph. And I said it sounded like the bass needs to be more exaggerated, since this is R&B trap, right? So I use this instrument here from the Motive XF library. This is 30 gigs. This thing right here. Let me unmute it. My bad, guys. That's it right there. So when I combine that, I did a little bit of EQ on the BX console here, rolling off about 120, so I can keep the bass of the original 808, similar to what I did with the kick drum sample. And I combine the two, and I get this. Before, after. And then if I bring in back the harmonies and the vocals as well, here's what I get with the combined sound.
What if I was to turn you on right now? Boy, say the word. It's on you.
So I'm going to compare my mix to Maroon 5, so we'll make sure we're international here.
What if I was to take you home? What if I was to turn you on right now? Boy, say the word. It's on. What if I was to take you home on the last flight on right now?
Check us out, guys. This is my version of the rhythm, by the way. The song is in 80 BPM. It's in E minor flat. And the original demo that she did was this one here. Let's play it. I like this. Remember, this is a demo, right? And then you can hear the turn you on part is in the right speaker. What I did, I brought it in the telephone effect in the middle.
What if I,
That's her version, and this is my version, the big fat version.
what if I was to take you home? What if I was to turn you on right now? Oh, say the word, it's on, it's on, it's on you.
So I just want to leave that with you guys. Be sure to comment, subscribe to my page as well. It's Andrew Rayburn, producer. You see a picture of me standing in the. You see a picture of me standing in the background. Not this one. I'm going to change it soon. Standing in the background, holding my bags. Mark the producer, and send me your question, guys. I have mixing videos as well. I will catch you on the next one.